I wasn't around to witness the extinction of the dinosaurs, nor was I there to see the death of the final saber-toothed tiger. But boy howdy, I am lucky enough to be here to witness the extinction of physical games. I swear, Sony treats physical media the same way the Men in Black treated people that witnessed alien activity. Get the neuralizer out. Look here. No such thing as discs, there's only digital. They have now just driven the final stake in the vampire's heart, the evil menace known as physical media. They have announced that they are ending physical production in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. For those that don't know, this means there will never be a physical disc for a PlayStation game, even if it's not a first party title, because in order to even have a physical game on Sony's platform, it has to go through Sony. Thus, there will no longer be that green light, that thumbs up that lets you make a disc for their platforms. It is only digital going forward. There is only Zool. It's unhinged insanity because this comes only days after Sony just pulled over 500 movies from customers' accounts that they paid for while
Yeah.
offering no refunds for it. So customers
It's kind of crazy how you actually don't own them anymore. Not really. Right now, all stocks goes rate. Oh, really? Oh, God, that's actually bad. Oh, God.
had 500 movie titles that have now just fizzled into the ether, into the fucking back rooms, and Sony says, suck our dick. You don't even get your money back. So you paid for limited access to these films. You rented them fundamentally, even though you were under the impression that you were buying them and owning them. But because of this digital landscape, you don't own anything. You are paying for a ticket that gives you access for a set amount of time, depending on the companies or depending on the licensing. The movies are getting pulled because of a licensing issue with Studio Canal, but it's Sony's platform, and now all the customers that wasted their clams on it have nothing to show for it. It's just a void. It's blank now. You will own nothing and be happy, and Sony shamelessly makes this announcement in light of that, while also announcing that they're shutting down the PSN store for PlayStation 3 and PS Vita, meaning
PS Vita and PS3? Why? What?
hundreds, if not thousands, of digital games that existed on those platforms are now gone forever and not preserved because there wasn't physical copies of them. They were just digital titles there. So they are genuinely right in your face, hitting fucking Fortnite emotes on that ass, laughing and goatsing in front of you, showing like, yeah, you will own nothing and be happy. Look, we just took down this store, revoking your access to these games that you paid for. They're gone, Buster, and there's nothing you can do about it, Slime. Not even the Dragon Balls could wish these back into existence. Shinron is powerless against PlayStation. But let's not get too rambunctious off rip. Maybe they've got a really good reason for it. In response to shifting trends in consumer preference, new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only.
Are they trying to do the Nintendo move?
Oh, shifting trends. You mean like how when GTA just announced with no physical edition, people were rightfully fuming, pointing out how awful that is in light of everything that's happened in this industry where you can just have your access to the things you purchased revoked at any point in time. So if you don't have something physical, you literally own nothing. You own the idea of something. It's imagination. SpongeBob and Patrick in the Box imagining that they own their games right now when it's digital only. So, if anything, the shifting trend in consumer preference is swinging back the other way to preferring physical media because of how bad this whole digital only shit has been. As consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical disc to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued in January of 2028. Also, again, a load of barnacles, this is horseradish. People are wanting more physical now. Like, for me personally, I've been a big advocate of physical media for at least like the last year and a half, if not 2 years, because of this trend that we've been seeing of just losing access to what you've spent money on. You're buying nothing. You are not buying anything. And they're just dang.
Bro, I was thinking of collecting some of the physical disc because, like, I remember growing up of like wanting to actually own some of the collection of the like physical disc, including Counter Strike, like the Counter Strike's 1.6, and Counter Strike Condition Zero. Shit, that looks so cool. I want to actually collect them. I thought like I could actually get a job and then like find them I spend them, as a hobby. But for newer titles, I also do want to have them as well in the future. But now, shit. I might as well just get PS5 at all for my friends. Ah, fuck that. I am not doing that. No way in hell am I going to actually spend money or even spend my time to care about PlayStation or a company who is just clowning to its own consumers, man. Trying to take control about what you pay for is so stupid, bro. Genuinely not worth my time, bro.
Dangling their dicks right in front of our faces. Ubisoft unapologetically said consumers need to get more comfortable not owning their games. Like, how can you possibly be supportive of this? And people aren't. Like I said, I think the preference is shifting away from digital in light of wanting more physical. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. Also, something worth noting, this doesn't, like, they're saving a lot of money on not making physical games anymore, but it's not going to reflect in the price.
No, the thing is that what's funny is the fact that like whenever they're planning to stop making physical, right? At the very least, if you want to do that, you need to make the game cheaper. Like $60 games, we get it. That includes with the disc and everything, and it costs shipping and everything. We get it. We get that. But like, holy shit! If you didn't change the price and make it cheaper after that, that's just like, yeah, we know what you're shitting on, bro. And it feels like it's the same thing what like RAM companies are actually doing, you know?
The games are still going to be $70, $80 games. So, like, you're still getting slapped around with the pricing. It's not like this is going to bring down the cost of a now spiraling out of control industry. This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. This transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. We'll continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation on how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games. Whether that's at retailers or the PlayStation Store, we remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. Hey pal, you just blew in from Stupid Town? If you are a digital-only platform, why the fuck would anyone choose you over Steam? Like, genuinely. You have a...
Oh, that makes more sense too. Sure, if you want to make make a PlayStation without having the physical disc at all, that's fine. But just because you have like a first title games like Wolverine and like very exclusive games on your side doesn't mean that you're a better option over Steam. And if they are, those people are stupid. I am so sorry. Because you're going to have more crisis for this than ever. Because, like, without a doubt, what's even weird is the fact that PlayStation has a community that has this interconnected of like communication between the other consumers, which they have internal system where they can actually trade in and sell each other the physical copies of the games. It makes the title PlayStation alive. There is a care for it. And now all that is going to be gone away with the new titles. So at that point, there is no use to care about PlayStation because Steam is technically a far more better service. You don't need to pay subscription for it monthly because Steam doesn't require you to do so, and you also have an option to get cheaper games from Steam. And this comes without and with the sales. That depends on the game. And also, customer service from Steam is astounding. And you have more options with the games that you can actually play in Steam compared to PlayStation. And yeah, also PlayStation requires you to actually have like around $900 because they're also planning to actually increase more price. for the consoles, and then like somebody calls out PS5 is a much more better option than Steam Machine. Hell to the nah. Steam Machine is a much more better value compared to PlayStation because PlayStation doesn't have a lot of different games. Holy shit. I don't even remember when was the last time that I should be happy for PlayStation. I don't even really care for PlayStation. Except, sure, God of War is interesting with Wolverine. Cool. But the development time is so fucking long, and you're planning to actually make a physical disc non-existent, and then like you fully make it digital. Why do I need to care about the title of games that was exclusively released by PlayStation that only comes by around 3 to 4 years? When Steam has a lot more games and backlog games that I can actually have, and I can care for it more. And plus, I can actually play indie games with a much more lower spec of PCs if I wanted to. The fact that we just got one physical disc for PS5 too, I know, I don't understand why they're planning to do that. It's stupid.
Your store, you shut down your stores too. You literally just shut down the PS3 store and PS Vita one, so people wouldn't even feel comfortable buying from your store, considering at any point in time that
Exactly. The fact that they have the ability to actually pull out the plug so easily, just like that, like a bit of like just a step of a finger, that is not what I want to spend my money on.
be like living in fear that you're going to swoop in like the boogeyman and take away the things they bought. You have a much weaker store in terms of titles than Steam. So why would they choose you?
Hell, they even have a weaker store compared to Xbox because Xbox doesn't have a lot of fucking option. No, Xbox has a lot more option compared to PlayStation. Sure, not all games are great, but they have more options.
Like, yes, it is more expensive to build a PC that can handle, like, more high-end gaming, but
But it's an investment. It's an investment that you can actually really look forward to for the next couple of years. It's a good thing. It's a good machine because it's not only focused on gaming, you can also focus on work. You can also focus on many things, actually. Really, PC is not just for gaming.
there are solid entry-level PCs out there, and yes, while PS5 is cheaper than that right now, I imagine the PS5 prices are going to go up as well,
I
reflective
agree.
of Xbox.
They also do this to PS Vita and PS4 era and XD. Now it's even worse. Exactly. PlayStation and Xbox are technically in a very bad spot to begin with, but like for the love of fucking god, PlayStation seems to just love to pull out the plug without even actually retaining all what the consumer's product has to own. The consumers spend money, real money for that. And they actually wanting to own that shit. And they don't have physical for it. PS Vita and PS3 stores are not available anymore because you don't have physicals anymore. You don't have to be able to retain them. And you know what's funny is the fact that PC is a much more viable option because emulation, piracy, modding, those shit are actually available in PC, and they preserved older games like PS3 and PS Vita much more better in PC. And you can disagree or agree, but if I if buying is not owning, then piracy is not stealing. I'm sorry, and I definitely have to stand by that code right now because why the fuck would you pull the plug from people who own that shit, bro?
Price
And
increase.
at that point, also the reputation, like trust points went down.
I think that's the writings on the wall. There's going to be a price increase pretty soon. So eventually the gap's not going to be that big in terms of like price discrepancy between PS5 and PC. And again, PC has a much more robust catalog of games to choose from in the digital only format with Steam. So why the fuck would anyone ever even consider shopping exclusively on the Sony PlayStation Store after you keep going scorched earth on physical media and taking away people's products that they bought thinking that they owned them? Like, the way they're treating this shit, I wouldn't be surprised if they start going door to door treating people that own physical PlayStation discs like terrorists. Like, excuse me, we're going to need to sweep the premises here. We need to check your house. Do you have physical discs here? We got a tip. And they just start like taking it physically out of your hands to make you shop at the store. A store which, by the way, is more expensive shopping digital only on older titles. So if you bought the physical copies for some of the games here, like this tweet illustrates,
Yeah, this totally sucks. They will eventually try to blame the decision on the handheld, but the reality is they want you to spending more money on games which with less consumer choice. Don't take my word for it. Look at the prices for physical versus digital on PSN for older titles. Wait, $39 for Astrobot, while you have to pay $60 digitally from Expo for Extrabot. The right side is the PlayStation Store, and the left one is from the, I think it's Amazon. $38 for Gran Turismo. $70? That's more than twice the pay. And then like $70 for Ragnarok. $32 for physical. $70? What the fuck? You pay more for digital?
you saved money getting the physical edition on like
Excuse
God
me.
of War, Ragnarok, Gran Turismo, those kind of things. But now that that's off the table going forward, these games presumably are never going to get cheaper on the PlayStation Store because they're still charging full price for these older games on their store. So they're looking to even make more money off of going digital only when getting physical down the line has been cheaper. Now they fully got it by the titties here. They fully control it directly. So they never have to bring the price down because there's only digital options to choose from now. You can't get a physical edition now for these upcoming games. Thus, the price doesn't ever have to go down if Sony doesn't want it to, and it looks like they really don't want it to. Still paying full price for some of these older titles to this day. Now let's take a peek at the bright future of digital only with Sony's immaculate track record of having stores that they shut down and take away the shit that you spend your money on. This is their announcement about shutting down the PS3 and Vita store. After nearly 2 decades of supporting the PS3 console generation, we wanted to let you know we'll be closing the PlayStation Store on PS3 as well as Vita. PlayStation Store on PS3 will close in select markets starting this year, followed by global pressures for PS3 and Vita next year. That means new content purchases will no longer be possible once the PlayStation Store closes on these devices. To ease the transition, players will still be able to download previously purchased content after the closing date for the foreseeable future. As the PlayStation...
So this was not an easy decision for us to make. Bull fucking shit. You don't give a shit about the older title at all. If you do, you would have actually fucking remake Bloodborne by now. You don't give a shit about the older title at all. PlayStation is all about making money. Because you're still willing to actually spend money and invest into live service when it never works. When Conquer and Marathon are the proven fucking title games that never work for being a live service game from PlayStation. You are fucking idiots for doing actually everything. Because how the fuck do you not learn from your mistakes? That's what happened when all your key figures in the company are old farts that should have kicked the bucket by now. Oh shit! I was thinking about maybe there's a like they're being run by like NFTs people, like those kind of shit. Disconnected from the current generation, exactly. Like, sure, like it's like similar like to the Ronald guy for the guy behind development for Borderlands 4. They price it $70 and said like real fans would pay for this shit when like that is not the reality because that shows how disconnected you fucking retards are because this proves it. All the older generation of like making games has now come to a close of making their self lobotomize to the point they don't even give a shit about what happening in this current day and age or like economy or people's situation. They just put it and say like get on with it because they can. What the fuck?
Store continues to evolve to support modern commerce systems, including updated payment processing standards. PS3 Vita are no longer able to support these updates at the level required. As a result, we will need to close PlayStation Store on these devices in the timeframes as followed. They then list out the time frame where eventually life support will be pulled on July 2027. That's doomsday. We know this news may be disappointing to PS3 and Vita players who hold a special place in their heart.
My ear is a little bit A little bit weird.
Parts for
Sorry.
this generation of gaming. They represent an important era in PlayStation history. It wasn't an easy decision. As they continue to expand the PlayStation experience on newer devices, most of our users are playing on today. We need to focus more resources on delivering the best gaming experience on these platforms as we look
Mm-hmm.
at towards the future. To our amazing players, we want to give our heartfelt thanks for your ongoing passion and support, which they love to keep wiping their ass with, by the way. Thanks for all the passion and support, Sony fans. We're going to keep taking away your games, by the way, and no physical media, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're still putting a $70 price tag. We're not making it cheaper, even despite we actually turn off like the physical marketing shit. You know.
Thank you again. Big thumbs up. Come give us a fist bump, which has helped inspire us to shape PlayStation into what it is today. What? A pile of dog shit? Like, it's insulting. We're
It
excited for the
is.
future ahead as we continue to push the boundaries of play. We look forward to having you on this journey with us as we explore new game worlds and new adventures that have yet to come. What
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of hot dog bologna. I'm not gonna lie, it's like not even actually a good chili anymore. Like those chilies from the office, it's now is actually all over the floor, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna pick up anymore. That chili is poison at this point. I'm not even gonna actually eat it. I don't care if it's made by PlayStation. If you don't have physical copies and do not respect the customer or the consumers that what they're paying for, and now you trying to take control so that you can actually try to get more money out of our wallets, is just stinky, bro. It's scammy. It's just genuinely disgusting. It was an easy decision. They say I smell bullshit. Like I said, if it wasn't, if they knew that it wasn't easy for them, they would have actually be able to at least care for some of the other older titles that we have cared for and asked for from the very beginning. The proof of that is Bloodborne. How like I do we do you guys remember the time where PlayStation literally say something about Bloodborne, and then when like everyone else has been saying we need Bloodborne remake, Bloodborne remake, Bloodborne remake, and all of a sudden like PlayStation somehow says that like, wait, no, we don't see people asking for Bloodborne. They don't give a shit about players' voices. They don't give a shit at all. Helldivers PSN, that happened without the developers knowing. We don't even know if that's true or not. We don't know. Which, by the way, locks behind different region when the game came out. In those region, the game comes out in those regions, and you're if you're in the Philippines, you're supposed to have that game, and PSN comes out, somehow it blocked the game, and you pay for it. You can't even refund it if you wanted to. At that time, Helldivers went downhill, like big time, dude. And that same goes to other titles. Concord was not great. Marathon was not a good investment because PlayStation thought that Bungie are going to actually make good live service game and make good money out of it. And then somehow PlayStation still willing to make more live service games, and then all of a sudden there was a talk about making live service God of War games, canceling live service Last of Us games. Dude, the fact all of this, they make it and then cancel it because they know they're not going to be able to make money in the end, because they want to actually try to suck money as much as possible for the biggest long run, and and they just noticed it didn't work, and so they cancel it, and it's just scummy. I know this. I felt this. I can feel it in my balls. Hope they end up in Ubi's shoe or even worse. Ubisoft is kind of slowly redeeming itself. I'm not gonna lie. I'm seeing a little bit of W's from their side, but I'm giving out way too early, really way too early. I'm still looking forward to see what they have in to cook store or to cook more. But for PlayStation, I am worried there are going to actually like, make games where like they put up games $70 and people are still going to buy them, and it includes GTA 6. Good luck. GTA 6 physical copy will never come. So yeah, it's either you paid like 98% of the content, which is $80 by the way, and then or you can pay extra $20 for the full experience. of the game. So you have to pay $100 for GTA 6, and I'm still very not liking that, by the way, because you still don't have physical copies. You only get the cover. You only get the full entire experience after paying $100, which is included cosmetics and also like in-game vehicle customization. And then the fact that you have to put that at with like more $20 when the base game itself is already $80, people already have a hard time justifying that fucking price at this point. And you know what's crazy? I know for sure some idiots, and I'm not joking, just some idiots, I'm talking about 80% of the idiots would still fucking spend money on those games. And I'm not happy for that. I am not happy for that. And it's not I'm not happy with just the developers, the publishers, the corporate. I am also unhappy with the gamers as well who are willing to spend money on it. Like, you need to know more about the value that you're spending money on, bro. Not trust UB yet, but they seem a bit smart enough for mastering Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Hope they will not do anything stupid. I also do hope they're not doing anything stupid. Please don't do anything like the Star Wars Outlaw move. Please don't do GTA 6 move. Please, they. I am kind of looking forward for their own work. Okay, I am. That's already shitty locking content behind a version purchase. Exactly, $80. Remind you, in Malaysia, it's 300 and more ringgit, by the way. $80. And if you pay $100, 400 fucking ringgit for a fucking game that you can't even own on a platform that will definitely fucking say that you do not fucking own the game and they can actually pull the plug whenever they fucking want to. $100 for that shit. Where's the safety? Where is the what's the word? Where is the assurance when you pay for the product? Where is it? Where the fuck is it anymore? And somehow people are still willing to buy it. What the fuck? What is wrong with people, man? Like, god damn.
A heartfelt message to the community and to
Sorry, I ramble way too much.
gamers worldwide.
Consumers' rights down to the drain. It's not even a drain. That's way too nice. It's down to the fucking hell. Alright? It's down to my ass shitting fucking experience of trying to ploop in the toilet. It is there, just dirty. And I'm not even gonna search it anymore. Because I'm gonna leave that fucking toilet. Because the experience was shit. Again, Steam is a much more better option compared to PlayStation and Xbox. Like, there is no contest. People who shit talk about a Steam machine, you can eat your shit now. And shut the fuck up. Because you don't own any physical copies anymore for PlayStation. Even though it's supposed to be a much more, it's like the cheapest console that you can own. Paying $1,000 for a Steam machine doesn't seem like a big problem at all. Because remind you, Steam machine is a very versatile machine that you can actually use for any occasion. It's not just a fucking PC gaming, and it is also a piece of gaming in the conveniences of being a console. Please, for the love of God, think about it. Oh my god!
Hey, you should shop with us digitally. And yes, we might just shut it all down at some point, so everything you spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on will vanish, and you have no recourse. That's just something you're gonna have to live with. Why aren't you getting your wallet out? Why are you guys not shopping on PlayStation Store right now? This is exciting. This is coming from a place of passion. We're pushing boundaries here.
It's kind of funny because like I really do feel like that's how they say it in their mind. Even though they say like we are terribly sorry, we know this is disappointment, but the way Charlie says this whole entire thing, it definitely feels like what is truly going through their mind. Even if it's sarcasm, I can't help it but think it might be true for what they have in their mind. I'm not even joking. Like, that's how fucking dipshit we are.
A generational experience for our community. We're doing everything. We're bending over backwards for you bitches. You're so selfish. What? You want to own your games? Are you crazy? You want to own your games? No. You think you want to own your games, but you don't want to own anything. You want us to control it. You want us to take it away at some point. Mm-hmm. You want it digitally. Please, come on. Get in here. It's stupid, man. It's so stupid.
It is.
They're so out of touch, it's painful.
It is the saddest thing ever. Oh my god, they'll show off this fucking clip. Oh my god. Oh my god, the clip where you share games. The tutorial to share games. It's it's gone. It's we're so fuck. We're so cooked. Watching this makes me so sad. Brings tears to my eyes, and it's not even a good thing.
Naturally, everyone's pointing to this with the PS4 where they showcased, here's how you share your games on PS4, and then they hand each other the physical copy and say thanks. This was a massive dunk at the time, pushing back against a lot of shit we were seeing the industry starting to do at that point already with how they were handling like sharing games and such. And this was Sony lat spreading here and making disc-based games a large part of the PS4's identity, which became a big selling point at the time that really propelled it above the competitors.
Like I said this before. PS4 like or PlayStation consumers have this internal system for within them. I actually am in a group. By the way, I'm actually in a group with like a gaming group where they're actually discussing where like they want to sell this physical disc or they want to rent the physical disc to someone, and it's kind of cool to see this thing is actually like a systematic thing with between like players to try out and share the things they have experienced or like at least gives out a better option for the players. People wanted that shit. It's cool to see that shit. And now PlayStation destroyed that system. They fucking did. And that's sad, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see like my friend's gonna be really happy talking about like the R3 version of the game that he was going to plan to buy. Damn, man.
And they made it clear with PS4 that physical was something they valued greatly and like the importance of being able to share a game back and forth, physically passing it to one another. This was a huge, huge successful campaign that they ran about that. So a core part of PlayStation's
Again, like I said, it is the core value why gaming is such a beautiful thing. It is. It connects to one another. I'm not saying in a very gay way, by the way, but it is definitely one of those moments where you can definitely feel connected with one to another as a gamer to actually be able to have connections. It's fucking fun.
identity not
Jeez.
even that long ago was these physical discs and being able to share the physical discs like that. Look at us now. Look at how quickly shit's changed. And changed for the worse. Significantly worse. There are no benefits to this change. There is no one that should be excited about this because why would you as a consumer even want to have the chance that what you bought disappears? You spent your money on it. You should own it.
I swear to God, someone is going to actually compare the situation. It's like how you buy a food. I swear to God, someone. I can feel it at the back of tingling of my and like my spidey senses right now. Someone is typing down in Twitter section where like someone is gonna type that one like, "Oh my god, you guys are kind of on the game. Why you guys a bitch crying about it? You pay food for it and you eat it. You can't get it back for what you ate, man. Come on, like that kind of shit." Like someone out there is going to type out that shit. I can feel it back in my tingling bones. I don't know. I can feel it.
But you don't. And they're not even being honest with you about what you're doing. You're not even buying to own, you are renting from them. They're not even calling it what it is, which is renting. You are getting admission to this product, a license to this product for however long they deem necessary or however long their deals with the licensor, like in the case of the movies, lasts. But you as a consumer could very well end up with nothing, like they just take it away from you. That
Everything is just not owning anything, my friend.
shouldn't be
Nothing. Nothing. Ugh.
something you're okay with. Like it shouldn't. If you are
It
okay with it,
shouldn't,
you're
man.
wrong for being okay with it. I'm just going to tell you right to your face. That is dumb. You should own what you are spending your money on here in this industry. And they're not even advertising it as anything other than you owning it. They're
Yeah.
trying to mislead you with what's actually happening in this digital only process. And it's just out of control. It is truly out of control. I can't, like, I had a hunch that Sony was going to go this direction, especially after the GTA 6 announcement. I had a feeling, I think most people kind of had a feeling in their gut, but I didn't think it would be this quick. This is
I didn't expect to have like physical copies to just gone, man. I generally thought they were going to increase the price of the consoles instead, and then like increase the price of PlayStation Plus and everything, like make it more expensive, and somehow they still make money out of it. I do not know, or like maybe like it's kind of funny because like Xbox has been actually like canceling all the games, while PlayStation has been nonstop of like making all the bad decision of like trying to sustain their company by actually milking out as much money as possible because they don't have much studios that they know of to make games to make money out of it. They know this. They know they don't have enough games to actually develop in time to make more money in a time needed to satisfy everyone in the company. I think that's why they actually make a very desperate call for this. The issue is I can't even enjoy my meal without being afraid that Sony will put me to sleep. Cut me open, take out the food, and leave me there bleeding out. Oh, that is one. Jeez, that is fucking brutal way of like saying about that. Oh god, they're just like excuse me, sir, we have the scan inside your body. Do you eat anything today? And then they pull out like some kind of like foodinator or something, and like, oh my god, beep 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 beep. We detected that you have a cheeseburger. Sorry, cheeseburgers are very much more clarified that we are actually owning it, and we would like to actually to have that cheeseburger returned back to us, because you only have that only for 3 hours. That's all That's all what you pay for. So we would like to take it back. You know that kind of shit. Like that is like.
is a week later that they're just boldly, brazenly making this announcement that they're wiping their ass with physical media. Disc-based games, they're going to be gone soon. I thought it'd take still a couple more years before they felt
Yeah, me
confident enough
too.
to just pull the rug there and just say like, all right, it's gone. But yeah, they did it, and it really sucks. Anyway, that's about it. So yeah,
Holy shit. I I really do feel like this year is the worst gaming news we have ever experienced. And honestly, and it's not even like some of the game company faults. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Steam is at fault for like they putting their $1,000 price tag for the Steam machine. Um, Xbox kinda like the Phil Spencer. I do think that he's at fault for buying and overspending on all studios to get them onto their side so they can actually make more money with more games to make, and somehow the new CEO have to pay for that. That's why we're seeing a lot, and I mean a lot of cancellation of games from them. And a PlayStation, I don't know, like PlayStation is definitely a guy that I don't feel like they are willing to actually listen to anything at all what we said. Like that guy is going through like literally crippling depression moment, and somehow we give them like the most easiest point to actually improve themselves. Somehow they don't fucking take it. They don't fucking take it. They try to do better. They try to do things better by themselves, and somehow one way or another they make every decision they make, they thought it was better for them. Somehow it was actually the worst for everyone. And that's what PlayStation is, man. Like, that sucks. But yeah, I don't know. In this kind of situation, I definitely am glad that I'm not the kind of guy who is willing to spend money for PlayStation anymore. Like, it is so much more better value to put money into Steam Machine and stuff like PlayStation, because you can't even have like again physicals, because physicals are technically like the reason why the system of PlayStation is actually existing with the old catalogs of games, because like the physicals are like collections. People like to collect them. I would love to collect some of the physical discs one day, but like I just don't have the time or money or need for it. Or I don't even know why I need to own PlayStation, but except I want to own PlayStation so that I could actually own some physical disc. Now that doesn't actually exist anymore. PlayStation is only for digital. When you have Steam, which is already fully digital, but they already have much more better things going on for Steam, when PlayStation is not handling things very well.